If I go back to smoking, I'll just quit again. You'll sometimes hear former smokers make that comment. And there's two reasons why a person who has quit smoking could think or say something in those terms. One is they had a real easy quit when they quit. And now they're working with the assumption that, hey, if they were to go back, they would just quit again. There's a flaw in that logic. And what that flaw is, it may not be easy the next time. Every time a person quits, it's different. Yes, they may have had a very easy time the first time. In fact, the next time might be easy, but the next time might be hard. The next time might be real hard. And there's no guarantee they're going to pull it off if it's hard. There's also no guarantee that they're even going to start a quit. You just don't know. Okay, but there's another reason, which is a little bit harder to understand. See, the first one's easy to understand. Well, they just assume it's going to be easy. But what about a person who had a real terrible time quitting? A horrible time. They may have made comments at the time that they quit like, oh my God, if I go back to smoking, I'm never quitting again because of how bad it was, what they were experiencing. Now, I want to point out, this doesn't happen to everybody. I don't want to scare people who are currently smoking to think, oh, this is what their quit's going to be like, because it may not be like that. It may be, but it may not be. But what about a person like that? They had a terrible, horrible time. They swore they would never put themselves through it again. But now they're saying, hey, if I go back, I'll just quit again. How could that happen? It's because they forgot how hard it was. And it's, in a true sense, it's human nature to forget that kind of pain and that kind of suffering. If it wasn't, we'd have one child in every family. You listen to women in delivery rooms when they're having their first baby. It's like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. It's hurting. It's terrible. They're swearing to themselves they're never going to go through this again. They're mad that they're going through it now. It hurts. They don't want this pain. It's terrible. And their thought is, I'll never put myself through this pain and suffering and misery again. It hurts too much. Then they have the baby. And then after several months or maybe several years, after, again, they were thinking they would never do it again, it's like, maybe we should have a second. And they kind of remember it hurt, but it wasn't that bad. In retrospect, it just wasn't that bad. They forgot what it was like. When they remember? When they're delivering their next baby. And at that point, again, they're going to say, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is terrible. This hurts. I'll never do this to myself again. Two's enough. This is fine. No more. That doesn't mean they're not going to have a third child. It's the survival of our species, in a sense, was predicated on us having this innate capability to forget that kind of pain, to forget that kind of suffering. So you could go back and do things that might be uncomfortable but need to be done or that you want to be done. Well, that's what happens, though, with an addiction here. You forget what it was like. And while it's great that we have that capability when it comes to keeping the size of our species alive, to having children, it is not productive that we have that capability when it comes to addiction. Try to remember what your quit was like if you had a hard time. If you had an easy time, go look at people's websites of people quitting smoking. Go look at materials. Go to Why Quit and see the stories of people trying to quit and what they're going through and realize that could be you next time. You do not know you'll have the strength to quit again. You don't know you have the desire to quit again. You don't know you'll get the opportunity to quit again before something goes wrong. When you have a quit going, do everything you can to keep it going. It's much easier to keep a quit going than it is to get a new one going. You don't know what's going to happen. If you want this quit to be the last one you ever experience, it really is a matter of now making and sticking to a personal commitment to never take another puff.